I get it. It's WrestleMania week. You want to have a buzzworthy news for the show, for your company, but look at how many people are fucking there. Look how many people are fucking there. I did a video last week about Chris Jericho, and then somebody in the comments said that I was capping because I said in that video that Jericho is a bigger star than MJF. And it's true because you're going off of the Jericho name, but I will soon get into Jericho in another video because I got a rant about him. But it's true. If you're the world champion, your job is to put people in seats. It's your job. The company has picked you to be that guy that can put people in seats. I don't think people understand that. Maybe because I'm old school and I know what it means to be a world champion. I don't know. I've seen countless of world champions, number one guys in my day. You didn't grow up in the era that I grew up in. Of Stone Cold, The Rock, Macho Man, Randy Savage, Hulk Hogan. You didn't grow up in that era of Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart. I'm just saying to that person who said that, because he may be one of these new people who just found this shit. But look at MJF, a world champion, a guy who had this title for 109 days, and he loses it to this guy, the guy who went up the mountain and put the flag on there, a guy who puts his body through so much turmoil and pain just to appease these people out here, just to appease the internet wrestling community who just seems to like this type of shit. This isn't it. Now, pause it, because this was Tony Khan's big boy decision, and it will set the tone for his entire company. You got Will Ospreay, Kenny Omega. Now you got Tommaso Ciampa, all vying to be the world champions. And actually, that's a great main event championship contender division. I will give them that. But now you're trying to build Tommaso up when Tommaso should have been in that mix to begin with. And now you got Darby Allin, somebody who weighs $150. $175, just coming in here and beating MJF. So Kenny Omega couldn't do it, Swerve couldn't do it, Hangman couldn't do it, but this guy did it. And the way that he did it, you would think that it would be like a 20-minute classic in this man's hometown in front of 4,000 people. You would think it would be that. But this episode of Dynamite is just, it just insulted everything about pro wrestling bookers, about where this guy's mindset is. Somebody in the comic section was like, oh, man, I hate these WWE guys. They come over here and then they nitpick everything that AEW do. Motherfucker, I got a reason to. Look at this shit. How can you defend this? Camille's been gone for I don't know how long, comes back at the pre-show, beats somebody, and automatically gets a title shot for the TBS championship and loses. Wouldn't a smart thing to do, because you got American Gladiator coming out, which she is one of the gladiators, and now she's the TBS champion, and she can promote that show? She's back to doing nothing. Chris Jericho comes out there and he trademarks something, because you know he got to trademark everything. He trademarked something about the demand comes out here and kicks my ass every time. Like, what is up with this? You signed with AEW for this? I question everything about AEW from now. And I like the product because they do have good wrestling. I think the Tommaso Ciampa match with what's-his-face, it was a good opener. It was good. It was fine for what it is. I thought the Claudio match with Kevin Knight, it was good, but guess what? Claudio is a punching bag. So I knew he was going to lose. So Kevin Knight doesn't gain anything from beating him because everybody does. And then you get to this main event here. This was an insult to everything. An insult to everything. I couldn't believe my eyes when I watched this shit. MJF, a guy who's just, you should have just let the title stay on him. And then at the Wembley show, you could have everybody that he put down in a fatal whatever match, and then you can crown a new champion there. This man comes out here, does a Sting death drop, and did a coffin drop. Here he is, running to that Sting. Oh, I'm finna do another one. Yeah, come on. Come on. Get this shit out of here. Go to this rope. Hop up. Yeah, do it, Darby. Oh, yeah. I'm fired up. Yeah, look at me. Yeah. Oh, I'm finna do it over here. And look, there's no one fucking there. It's a goddamn civic center. You want to sit there and tell me that MJF is a draw? If he was, this whole place would be filled up. They will show lights above the LED boards at the top, but there ain't no fucking body there. If you want to tell me that Darby Allin is a draw in his home fucking town, and he can't pull people in here to watch this shit, and meanwhile, you put on a 5-minute fucking squash match to your world champion, and then this is how he beats him. With a fucking headlock. A fucking headlock. What the fuck? This is the worst decision ever. Look at this. Let me go back. Look at the way this woman's face is. Because she can't even fucking believe it. Look at this. Her. Look at him. Look at her. Look at him. Look at him. These people are stunned because they can't believe what they just watched. This is the same thing that happened to MJF when he went up against Brody King the first time. He got choked out and made to look like a bitch, and he was the world champion. And now here he comes months later, and the same thing has happened to him. What is going on here? And this man is the world champion. He's the world champion. Mick Foley, exactly. You can't believe it because you wouldn't have booked this even if you was in charge. I would have looked at them ticket sales and be like, oh, shit, man, I don't know. We got like 4,000 people here. I don't know if we ought to do this. Let MJF beat him in a 20-minute match, and then at Wembley we can have like a fatal 5-way for the title again. With Darby, Swerve, MJF, Will Ospreay, Kenny Omega. What? I don't understand. Yeah, Darby, you did it. Look at this. Man, just roll the fuck out the ring, bro. You signed for this? Look at this shit. He's the world champion. You know, this title would have meant something if he would have beat Jon Moxley for the championship last year. It would have meant something because guess what? He was feuding with Jon Moxley, and Jon Moxley was beating his ass every chance he get. Who threw his ass down the stairs? I think it was Jon Moxley or somebody, and they couldn't wait to put that shit on the goddamn screen. And no! Look at this man. This man got beat. He don't even want to show his fucking face. Look at this shit. But you're the champion. You're the champion. Look at Brody. Shit, man, it could have been me, but, you know, hey, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? This was the worst booking decision I have seen in a long time. In a long time. What can you do with Darby Allin as champion? You could put him up against anybody, and theoretically anybody can beat him because anybody can outweigh him. Tony, you shouldn't be the booker. You shouldn't be the booker. And then, like, for this week, it's kind of funny that Wrestling Observer Brian Alvarez is not on the show to talk about this, which he usually is. But you want to know something? He's at Mania. He's at Mania. Why are you there? You're sitting there telling me that this was a good booking decision in front of 4,000 or so people, that this man went out here and basically squashed MJF like that. MJF, the only offense he had is that when he kicked him in the nuts, and that was it. This is going to be the downfall of AEW, I believe. Because where can you go with this? Where can you go with this? So you're just going to have Darby Allin just beat everybody? It's not believable. Look at how much he weighs. Look at him. And this is the guy that you have as your world champion now. I mean, good on him for being a world champion. Congratulations. Hey, congratulations. Congratulations on being the AEW world champion. I cannot believe this shit. If you was going to take the title off of MJF, why not take it and put it on Kenny Omega? At least you can get something out of Kenny Omega. What can you get out of him? Because he's a face, and you got nothing but faces trying to get the championship. Shit pisses me off.